By now, it should have told us what packages they have for the farmers.
Also ahead, future of 2024 BECE candidates hangs in limbo as WAEC allegedly suspends marking of exam papers due to government's indebtedness to it.
Marking should have taken place this month, but they are postponed it to next month, hoping that they will get some money.
Ahead in business, Bank of Ghana urges market players to uphold the highest form of ethical excellence.
CI member must prioritize the protection of consumer rights and ensure that products and services are fair.
Let's settle down for the details here on News Tonight. Across the world, you can watch this bulletin on Facebook and X at GHOne TV. Let's get started with Insight.
Insight is brought to you by Pepsodent Herbal for strong teeth and gums and Pepsodent Charcoal for natural whiter teeth.
Our focus on Insight this evening is on farmers across the Kubori River in the Binduri district of the Upper East region who have started premature harvesting of their crops due to flooding from the spillage of the Kupenga and Bagre dams. The annual dam spillage often results in farmers in the Upper East and Northeast regions losing their crops to water. Despite constant information sharing by the National Disaster Management Organization, NADMO, with farmers in the communities like Sapeliga, Kubori and others, many crops are not yet ready for harvest. However, with the dam spillage occurring a few days ago, farmers are forced to harvest their crops early as the overflowing Kubori River floods their farms. Well, joining us now is Ayaba Abdul Aziz from Max Empire FM. He visited the affected farms on Wednesday and provides more insights into the situation via Zoom. Good evening to you. Thank you for joining us here on News Tonight. Now, from your assessment, how serious is the impact of the spillage, specifically of the dam, with regards to farms in the community?
Well, so the farmers around the White Water here, those are the Boku West district, and then at the Binduri district, around the Kobori, and then the Sapelga, along the banks of the White Water are actually facing a lot of challenges. One, you're talking about the spillage of the Bagre Dam. Yesterday, we spent about 3 hours speaking to the farmers, and it has been very, very serious. What happened is that farmers along the banks of the White Water are harvesting their crops prematurely because of the downpour and then the spillage of the Bagre Dam. Speaking to us, they actually complained about debt and then how they can be able to manage to pay debts after this spillage, because some of them are farming in a large quantity of farmland, and most of the income generation from the farm are always coming from loans they take from banks and then from neighbors. So looking at the destruction of the water, or the high level of the water at the White Water, and then the banks to the farmers have actually distracted. Most of them are farming maize, okra, carrot, and some vegetable, some vegetables. So it has been very, very serious. And what happened is that some of them are also saying that they are actually walking away with their crops because they believe, and then monitor news from the media, that the water will be becoming more serious these days. So that is why they are harvesting some of their crops away. So it has been very serious.
Right, Ayaba. So you say that the situation has been dire. They've had to harvest prematurely, and they complain of debt. Now, as it stands, have you engaged with NADMO officials? What have they told you currently?
Yeah, so we've spoken to the NADMO officer from the Binduri district here on Max Empire a few days ago, and they encourage most of the farmers along the banks of the White Volta to take more precautions because the water levels keep increasing. And since there wasn't rain for about 4 weeks, almost a month without a serious rain, now that it started raining, we'll be experiencing more flows on the bank. So at least this will harvest and then move away from the banks of the White Volta around the Kobore, the Sapelega, and then some parts of the Binduri district. So the farmers too are also saying that they are appealing to the government to look at to have a way of putting them on a good situation than always talking about Bagre Dam and White Volta every year. If they have any solution, they should do it to keep this a problem.
Very well. Thank you so much for the update there, Ayaba. You say, clearly the situation is only likely to get worse in the days ahead. We'll certainly engage you in subsequent bulletins for more on that. Ayaba Abdulaziz from Max Empire FM, who's been monitoring the situation over the past few days. Now, let's speak with the chief executive that's the district chief executive of the Boko West District, Daniel Anania Atum Puba, who until his appointment was the district's coordinator for NADMO. For more on this development, good evening to you, sir. Thank you for joining us here on News Tonight. Now, as you know, the Kupinga is dire. Have you visited the community, and what's your assessment of it currently?
Good evening, and good evening to your cherished listeners and viewers. Thanks so much for having me. My last name is Atampuba.
Okay, very well.
And then we are Atampuba. Yeah, actually, I was the district NADMO coordinator before the president decided that I should represent him in the district. Yeah, I have been to the White Volta today to ascertain and find and look at the level of the water at the White Volta, to Nabda and that of Tennessee, and then to the northeast. So we are still monitoring. Whenever there is spillage, it takes around 42 to 73 hours before the water will come. It was done on Monday to see. But
engaging in subsequent Morning Star, he spoke earlier with my colleague, Lantam Papango.
It's quite a very serious, in fact, it's a hopeless case in some of the areas. And I think the government should really, to me, what I think government should have been doing by now is to have told us what packages they have for the farmers, because it's expensive, it's risky. But nobody will tell you that eating food is risky or expensive. You see the conundrum. Nobody says that.